Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here, new Origins trailer, live reaction is on my channel, here's the analysis, let's go. I am so damned excited. The zombie is wielding a gun. What? Is this a character that has been turned into a zombie, maybe using zombie blood? Or is this a zombie that you've gained control of? I mean, I have no idea. The giant robot's in the background with its foot all lighting up, and that looks fine, but the zombie is the interesting thing in this image, alongside the white scratchings on the wall on the right there. You can see that this is next to the sort of church-like building, or at least we would assume so because it's stained glass windows in the window, but we can see these scratchings on the wall that look kind of like the text that we see on the walls on the other maps, except this looks much more like a symbol rather than an actual bit of something that we're supposed to read. Whether this is to do with a cipher or a challenge or what, I don't know. You don't get enough of a shot of it to actually figure that out, but it's certainly interesting for sure. The fact that the zombie has this red stuff above it is interesting as well. Okay, so the next shot here is really interesting. Well, it's a couple of shots really. We've got the lightning in the background, we've got shooting going up from the ground towards the planes. Whether we're going to have any actual use of that, I don't know. On the left, it does look like there are some kind of stone pillars which aren't actually local to the excavation site itself, which is also very interesting because stone pillars generally have a lot of sort of mystical stuff associated with them, especially in France. There are plenty of them, dolmen and things like that. Then we move on to this shot. We've got this tower on the left, which I pointed out in my previous analysis. It's got a red light on the top of the actual sort of point there, and what that actually is, whether it's some kind of radio tower, whether it's a Perk machine, it doesn't look like a Perk machine, but if it was, that would be extremely interesting for sure. What that actually is, I don't know. And then it goes to Origins, and we've obviously got the planes fly around as well, the Tesla coil on the left side there, and the trench going through the middle with what look like some branches, just, or rather some bits of wood, not branches, just sort of sticking up from the floor. I'm just going to actually roll this one more time just to give you another actual shot of it. So, just to go over, we've also got a sign actually behind these two people that have been sort of impaled, which is quite interesting in itself, and the people on the right have been impaled as well. The lightning itself is a bit weird. Just if you just look at the lightning, it does look a little odd, and I wonder whether there is going to be some use of it on the map itself. I don't know. It'd be cool if there was, but there probably won't be because lightning is sort of hard to interact with when you're not making an Avogadro. So here on the right, we can actually see, or bottom right, we've got the building there. In the top right, we've got the excavation site, and the top left, we have the church, it would appear. That's the trench itself. Then we move on to our next clip, and we see Origins, and we've got the excavation site in the background, Tesla coil, and the trench. Also on the right, notice that there is what looks like the beginnings of a crane with a little hook on the end of there. Whether that's, again, going to be usable or not, I don't know. Okay, so moving on, we've got the characters walking through this corridor here. We've got what we would assume to be Element 115 on the left, although we don't actually know because we never previously assumed that Element 115 was blue. Also on the left side there, you can see that there are some kind of lights next to the excavation site. What they were, I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Here we actually get a look at some of the weapons. There's the new pistol, obviously, the Tesla coil in the background there, and the shotgun there, obviously, with Nikolai, but that's not new. And interestingly, I think this is a new gun. It looks kind of like a Scar, but I don't know if it actually is or not. It's certainly not era-specific, that's for sure. It's the gun that I think Nikolai is holding, and I just don't know what it is. I mean, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, because I personally have no real idea. So, there's the tank moving forwards. There's the gun that Nikolai is holding that I just mentioned, looking like something that is not necessarily something that we've seen before. Tesla coil in the background there, shooting the zombie, which is kind of frozen, weirdly. It did look kind of stunned when it was on there. And then obviously got the zombies jumping up, and it's all fine and dandy. There is Nikolai holding the new pistol, which is going to be really, really cool. I wonder what it's going to do when it's upgraded. That should be awesome. Because, like, obviously we've got the Mustang and Sally's. Whoa, this looks interesting, this place. So, this place, sorry, I haven't actually noticed this place before, is really, really cool because it's sort of the innards of the church, but it's kind of, you're in and outside at the same time. It's not like sheltered anymore, so it does look really, really awesome. We've actually got a wall gun in the background there, and what appears to possibly be a perk, although no, it's a stained glass window, okay? It's a stained glass window, Milo. Stop saying such silly things. It's a stained glass bloody window. So, obviously, the character in the middle there holding his new weapon, which is looking very nice. There is Nikolai holding said weapon, and the stained glass window is the background. Nothing really much to note about that. And then we get the crowning moment of this trailer, the friggin' staffs. What? Why do we have 4 elemental staffs? What the beans? We've got obviously a mystery box light in the background, but just staffs. I mean, they look super duper awesome. That's for sure. But the thing that interests me is that they don't actually necessarily seem to be one-hit kills, unless obviously the ultimate staffs, I would assume, but we haven't seen the ultimate staffs yet, so we don't know. Now, this staff, as you can see here, it's kind of freezing the zombies. This one is sort of lightning-type stuff, although it's kind of hard to tell what it's actually doing. This one is fire, and then the final one, well, I don't know. I don't know if we actually get a very good shot of it, because it's just sort of like watery, well, I don't know what it is. Then we've got the sort of smog there. I guess you could call it smog, fog. No, don't mention fog. Fog is bad. Okay, so they've obviously got the characters walking around with their staffs and the electric generator type thingamadoodle there with the new zombie. What this zombie is doing, I do not know. He looks pretty damn bonkers, but we'll find out hopefully in the actual, well, we will find out when the map comes out, because it comes out tomorrow. I'll be streaming it the whole day. If you are interested and excited and want the Easter egg done in front of your eyes, then that's what I'll be doing. And they kill him with the staffs, and his sort of armor breaks apart and stuff, which is all very interesting in itself as well. There he is falling to the ground. We've actually seen him, interestingly, with a visor on, and the visor seems to break off, which is quite interesting. And he explodes when he dies, which is something that is quite shocking as well. There are the characters running. That did look like an AK to me. I believe that's an AK, but I'm, again, not 100% sure, so correct me if I'm wrong or whatever you want to do. There are the lights on the foot looking pretty damn saucy, the planes flying around, the 3 giants, the excavation site, and it's all looking absolutely fabulous. Here we've obviously got something that we haven't really seen much of before. We've got these big giant legs. Now, I don't know what these could be, guys, because we don't know of any giant robots on this map. There aren't going to be any robots, so why there are giant legs moving towards the characters, I don't know. Sarcasm obviously intended there. Mystery box light on the right while the foot comes down, and then it goes to Apocalypse. That's the end of the trailer. I've MrRoflWaffles. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, leave a like, let me know why in the comment section down below. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm so pumped for this goddamn map. Holy cow. I am so pumped. See you on my live stream next day, tomorrow. Tomorrow, on Tuesday, the 27th of August, I'll be streaming all day, probably for about 50 billion hours, doing the Easter egg and playing with subs maybe a little bit later on or something like that. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I've MrRoflWaffles, and I'll see you then. Okay, bye-bye.